Hey everyone, my name is Stephanie. Welcome back to my channel. So this video I'm actually going to go over how I lost 65 pounds in less than 10 months and after having a baby. So if you are interested in seeing what I did to lose the weight but keep it off, then please keep watching this video and it will start now. Right now, actually, I need to jump in and say this is a disclaimer. I am nothing fancy. I am not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I am not a fitness anyone. I literally am your everyday girl who decided that it was finally time. And you do have to kind of know why you want to lose weight and start from there. Being 212, being pregnant, going into labor at that moment, like I think I lost it like a month or two before that point because I had gained so much weight and I was so upset and I was like, how am I going to lose this? Like, this is crazy. You hear that it's so hard to lose after having a baby. And believe it or not, I lost more weight after having my baby. So the first and foremost thing that I started was I came to a conclusion that it had been almost, I think, 3 to 6 months after having a baby, and I just, all my self-esteem was just like out the window, like so bad and so far gone. Like I didn't even think I could come back from it, and I was like, great, I gained 45 pounds with this pregnancy, and if you guys can do the math, I lost 20 more pounds than before I was pregnant. So I just kind of like woke myself up a little bit. So when it came time for me to take my weight loss seriously, and basically lack thereof, because I lost like the normal amount of weight, I guess, from having the baby and all the jazz that goes along with that. So I decided that I needed to stop eating what was in my kitchen, and it was technically for my boyfriend, but I was the one who was home, and so I would eat it. So basically we're talking cinnamon rolls, like donuts, anything packaged pretty much, like cookies and any of that cookie family, chips, bread. I mean, we're going more into actual like staple items in your meals, so we're talking tortillas, that kind of thing. So you kind of have to break up with those items in order to even see results, because they're not even good for your body, and if you're already struggling to lose weight, it's just not going to help you, and it's also going to make you feel more fatigued and lazy and just bad about yourself. Start from there. So anyways, that was the very first thing. I lied to you. The very first thing, break up with soda, juice, anything that is having added sugar in it. Basically anything but water, aside from the slight occasion when you do give yourself the allowance to go ahead and splurge, whatever you want to call it, and have your soda or your juice, whatever you want. But juice is still not very good for you as far as I've been told. So again, this is like at your own risk on whatever you want to take from this video, it's up to you. So that is one of the very first things that I did, and I actually was highly successful, and that's when I first saw my results. Once I saw a little bit of results just from cutting out soda, I was like, okay, I got this. Like I could do more than that. So that's when I cut out snacks. So anything that was packaged, anything that was not good for my body, that wasn't an almond or, something like that. That was the next thing that I did. So basically break up with your snacks. You also want to break up with your bread and your tortillas. Like if you have to, you can have some corn tortillas with your meal. Don't eat more than like 2, I would say. And that brings me to my next, which is number 3, portion control. You gotta do it. What you would eat, pretty much cut that in half, as long as you're still meeting your daily nutrition and your daily calories that you need for your body. Again, go over this with your doctor or whoever you're deciding to go over this with, and decide if you need to be eating more or less. So that is another thing that I had to do, was pretty much not proportion my food way less than what I thought I should be eating, and that literally again will get you more results, and you just want to keep working harder And I have to say, number 4 is not heavily exercising. I'm not saying that's bad or anything, but I just did not do that. So I literally just took walks. Like, I would take my baby in the stroller. It would be like, you know, 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. or whatever. I want to do it in the morning because obviously you get like lazier throughout the day and you're like, okay, it's 5 o'clock. Like, do I need to go work out? What do I need to do? So I just walked. Okay, I was like, well, I just walked around the park near my house, and you know, we would come home. I would walk for about an hour. I would kind of power walk because I would have wanted to get it over with, but I also kind of controlled like how far I was going, which brings me to my next thing. So this kind of goes back to the proportion. I did do the MyFitnessPal for like 2-3 days just to see what I was putting into my body. It makes it so much easier for you to cut things out when you know what you're eating and you're like, oh, that's not belonging in my diet. So, and when I say diet, I just mean your everyday. That's what it's called. It's like your everyday situation, not necessarily like a diet, like a fad diet, or, you know, don't eat carbs, nothing like that. Like, I literally did not heavily diet. So it's so easy just by cutting some things out that you just don't need in your body. So another thing that you can do, which is number 5, is basically cut carbs at dinner. Like, you know, just like try to eat the vegetables and like, you know, eat your carb at lunch. You don't have to do this part. It's just extra if you want to, because you really don't need carbs late at night, like, because the carbs kind of give you energy and keep your body going. A lot of people do skip carbs at dinner time. So it's just up to you what you've had that day and what you think you should be eating. If it's easier to cut out at dinner time, then go for it. You know, sometimes it's really hard during the day to cut it out at lunchtime because you're like, I have all day to go, like I need those carbs. So that brings me to number 6, which is eat more vegetables. Like, hello. Like, I had actually been told by my personal trainer at some point in time, this was a long time ago, so I actually did all of this on my own. But before that, so about 3 years ago, I had a personal trainer, and she said, don't eat fruit. And I'm like, okay. Like, and then most of us only like fruit, so it's really hard because you're like, okay, well, I don't know what else to eat, but and then that turns you to other situations and decisions. But just definitely adding more vegetables into your diet. And what I've noticed too, just the past 2 weeks, because I hadn't really been eating a ton, and to ease into it, by the way, I would drink the veggie juice, which is the only juice that I allot for myself. It's not very good tasting, but it does make you feel a little bit better. I was drinking it when I was pregnant because my mom was like, you need to eat more vegetables, and so I listened, and I just drank like 4 ounces of the V8 juice, and you get used to it, believe it or not. Like, I'm not saying it's good, like, I'm telling you, like, I would just like want to plug my nose and just down it, but and make sure it's cold. Do not drink that warm. It was disgusting. It's really hard to drink it on ice. So I just would say to start that, and then like just get more vegetables into your body. So a good couple of like easy ones, or I literally throw zucchini in almost everything because it's so easy. Like, you put it in spaghetti, you put it on your side, like you put it like in anything, like a soup. So I love that one. I love asparagus sometimes, but like that one, I just feel like it hasn't been in season, so I haven't eaten that one in a little bit. And broccoli is super easy. I actually make this amazing broccoli cheddar soup. I got it offline, and it's like the copycat from Panera Bread, and I freaking love it. So that is another one you could do, is celery. Like, if you like it cold. I used to hate celery. Like, I was like, oh, like it tastes disgusting. Like, what is this stuff? You know, it's really crunchy and like, blah. I would never put peanut butter on it to this day. Like, I'm a ranch girl. But that's one other thing, you gotta like slow down on the dressings. But so like, literally, like, small changes in your everyday life will make everything so much easier, and it will be a long-term change. It's not going to be a short-term change, which is how I'm keeping things off. So you might fall off the wagon and like just, you know, like, oops, I'm eating a lot of snacks or whatever your cheat meal turns into, like cheat week. But you just gotta like grab a hold of yourself and bring yourself back to reality, and you're just like, okay, this isn't good for my body. Like, I need to understand that. So I was going back to dressings and mayonnaise and things like that. Like, some people probably cringe at the word mayonnaise. I actually like mayonnaise, but like that was one of my first things that I ditch, because my boyfriend has it like on everything. So if we're having tortillas for dinner, which I would not eat, by the way, I would just eat my whatever I made, and he likes it on the tortilla, and then like, and so like I would just go along with him. But that was like a quick, easy way to stop some calories, is just don't put mayonnaise on your stuff, like, you know. And so, like I said, you already noticed huge changes with what I've said already. So the next thing, what was I going to tell you? So we talked about vegetables, not eating certain things, drinking. Oh, number 7, drinking alcohol. You're gonna hate this, but literally I did not drink for the longest time. So that is up to you guys. Like obviously if you're of age, of course, but if you're not of age, you're not drinking, but if you are of age, then you gotta decide like what you want more, like, because they come up with like skinny girl, everything, but like I don't know if it's gonna really make the difference for you. So if you wanted to cut it out for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, or like 1 drink a week, something small like that, then you would probably see the results. But if you find that you're doing like almost everything that I'm saying, but you're just still drinking alcohol, like that could be like a huge no-brainer for you, and you should probably cut it out, because it's just gonna, like, you know, it makes you upset, like it makes you unhappy. I was, you know, unhappy with how I looked and how I felt and everything like that. So it is what it is. I'm glad that I was able to make certain decisions and go from there. And so that brings me to the next one, which is number 8. And that would be to just literally make small changes here and there. So if you have certain things like literally lined up, so you're looking at a banana, and then you're looking at, like I said, you know, a cinnamon roll that is like right there. Go for the banana, like, cause if you feel hungry, like you should eat. So like I would just, like, it starts with literally small changes. If you're looking at a soda and a glass of ice water, go for the ice water. So, and you'll feel so much better, like literally small changes like that. And you gotta be strong through these holiday seasons. I actually follow Join Jessica on Instagram, and I'm giving her a shout out because she made super so much sense. Like she was like, dude, you guys, like holiday season, because she's been on the bandwagon, or she's fallen off the bandwagon for so long, and she's lost over 100 pounds, something crazy like that, and she's doing very well. She's still doing well, and one of her things is like literally there's 2 holidays in the next 2 months. So, you know, it's okay to binge a little bit towards those holidays or like everything, but the whole 2 months is a really bad idea, because you're just going to fall deeper into your hole. But I have only fluctuated with, like, you know, 20 pounds here and there. So nothing more than that I could relate after having my baby, which actually will bring me to number 9. So I am a breastfeeding mother. So I apologize if it couldn't work out for you, if you didn't have the tools at hand to figure it out, if you didn't have the body, you know, like I know that there's a lot of things that come along with breastfeeding. I didn't know a ton of things, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm glad I took certain steps to get myself to where I needed to be, because I had heard a lot like, you're not processing, or you're not producing enough, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. And I'm like, no, like I got this, like just give me a minute. So I figured it out. You know, I only had to, I literally didn't even use a whole bottle of formula, so it's pretty awesome, you know, for me and my son. But there's rumors have it that pure breastfeeding helps you lose a ton of weight. There are such mixed signals on this, because a lot of people, like, were even after having their baby and they've already had a baby, they're like, how are you doing it? How are you losing weight? And I'm like, dang, like, did I look crazy? Like, hello, like, first of all, is that obvious that I lost some weight, you know? So, I mean, everyone notices, and that's really awesome too, because it's like gives you more, like I said, just keep getting that motivation, which is so awesome. But anyways, I have heard mixed signals, because they said like, oh, I lose weight after breastfeeding, and then some people are like, oh yeah, breastfeeding will melt it right off. It just depends. Like, I do believe you have to make certain healthy choices in order to benefit from breastfeeding. If you're just gonna breastfeed and eat McDonald's every day, I don't know what to tell you. And also too, like if you start eating crazy and like keeping your back, see, it's good to have good habits while you're breastfeeding. That way when you stop, you're good to go. Because if you don't, then you're gonna end up like, I mean, my mom, she had no idea that breastfeeding was helping her lose weight. So after she was done breastfeeding, she was eating, you know, the same that she was eating, and she gained weight. So that's just like not something that you want, obviously. Like nobody wants to gain weight unless you have to for medical reasons. The reason too why I had a wake-up call is because I had a lot of like clogged ducts. If you've had a baby or if you've breastfed before, you understand what that means. If not, you can Google it if you want. I mean, basically what it comes down to is too much saturated fat and too much trans fat, which is what I Googled, okay? I cannot tell you for sure. I'm not a doctor. I cannot, you know, convey this information other than just like what I've read online, which we all blog online. So I was reading and it said like maybe too much trans fat means too much any type of fat, like your milk's not flowing through, which makes total sense, because you're just like, if you like trying to get this fat through something, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna flow smoothly. So that was a huge wake-up call for me, and I was like, okay, well, I gotta ditch the snacks, because that's where it all lies. Like it all just hides in there. So I made better health decisions for myself, and I don't regret that one bit. So I mean, I can't not sit here and tell you I'm not so happy with my results, because I really am. Now I just want to like kind of perfect them a little bit, and I'm gonna like get in the gym at some point, but I literally haven't gone to the gym. I went to the gym like 3 times, something crazy like that. Nothing that helped me with my results. Literally walking was the one thing. I actually haven't walked in quite some time. I'm not condoning that behavior, but just is nice to know, like literally I just walked and walked and walked, and then I got some good results, and I guess I just fell off the bandwagon, the weather changed and all that jazz. I just like let that become my excuse. It is what it is. I literally want to have like a good healthy lifestyle, so I'm still striving for like that perfection, which probably will never happen, but it's nice to strive for. And I just, like I said, come back to like my cleaner eating daily. So if I make mistakes, I'm okay with that. I have my cheat meals, I have my all that. I do not beat myself up about it. I'm like, I'm good. In fact, actually, okay, my bad, I call myself fat, and my boyfriend's like, really? Like, really? Like, and I'm like, ugh. Like, cause you know, sometimes when you're like overweight and then you lose weight, you kind of like, it's hard to get out of that mindset. So I don't know, it's just how we beat ourselves down, which is not okay to do, but you know, I can't lie and say that I don't do that. So I have to teach myself confidence daily, and so part of making YouTube videos is actually for that reason. I am trying to teach myself confidence, and I try to convey it to others, but it's really hard to rub off on others when I'm like still not even sure about myself, and like, you know, I just try to like do my best. But you know, social media and YouTube is actually not the easiest thing in the world, and it's not the easiest to get views. So in hopes that I'm helping people, this is kind of why I'm making that video, because I know for the longest time I Googled and Googled and Googled and Googled and Googled, and you know, it just comes down to like seeing it happen more and more. Like, okay, well, it really is 80-20%. So basically I've seen people say, so again, I'm not a doctor, I can't write off on this, but 80% is in the kitchen, 20% is in the working out gym, because I cannot tell you how many times I've gotten the question, did you exercise all the time? Are you in the gym like all the time? And I'm like, I wish you knew me, because that is so not the case. Like literally the only secret is, I guess, breastfeeding. But then again, you kind of have the people saying that that doesn't work for them. And then a lot of people breastfed and they didn't necessarily gain afterwards, but they also didn't lose all their weight. So it just goes to say, like, I mean, you don't know how much your baby's eating. You don't know how, everybody's different. Every body is different. So you just don't know. I'm not gonna hide that from you though, because like I seriously probably felt like it was helping me a ton, and maybe it just gave me false confidence. I don't really care, because whatever I did worked, and I just want to share it with other people. I'm pretty sure I hit all of my steps that I did. There's nothing really else that I believe. I mean, you could meal prep, so that would be number 10. You can meal prep, and a good quick meal is always brown rice, black beans, a type of protein, and then also you want to throw some lettuce on there and call it a salad, like a burrito bowl type of thing. So no burritos, you know, none of that tortilla situation. And then another good breakfast go-to is either eggs, spinach, any type of vegetable you want in there, or you could do some oatmeal and peanut butter. Please, you guys, I'm not a nutritionist. You got to figure this out a lot on your own as well. I do not count macros. I don't count micros. I don't know how to. Otherwise, I think I would want to do that. And also, like a quick dinner would honestly be for what you had for lunch, just minus the carb. So that's what you could do. I mean, you can work with sweet potatoes, ground turkey. If you're a vegan person, I can't help you. I don't know any vegan situations. But I do recommend using like MyFitnessPal for like a minute to get yourself like on track. I do have a Fitbit. It doesn't necessarily motivate me more. I hit 10,000 steps one time. I've had it since August, and I'm like, whoo, okay. But I do like it. Like, it's fun for me. So I just want to like mention that as well. So I think that's it, you guys. And I just so appreciate you guys for watching this video. If you are, click that like button to subscribe to my channel if you want to. And comment below if you have any questions. I don't know if I can help you to the T, but I do my best. I love helping people. Like, if I can, perfect. And I figured this like couldn't be more of a best time than during the holiday season, because it is so like, everyone bringing all this stuff to work, and you just can't say no. So like, that's all that. So I do live videos on Facebook. I did live videos on this makeup look, on this hair look. So if you guys want to follow my Facebook page, it's at Stephanie YYF. And then also my Instagram is that same username, and I go live often. As long as my bubba is sleeping, then we are good. So I need to clean like a mad woman right now. So I think I can probably edit this video and upload it really quickly, but otherwise I will see you guys later. And like I said, just try to support this page if you want to. If you know any other tips for people, like, you have no idea how helpful it is when you want to lose weight, so we will take it. Okay, I will take some of your advice as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you later.